it really wasn't like today where there's so much events, there's so much government, there was so much government campaigns. In fact, I lost count of the number of government bodies that helps startups in Singapore.
We will be interviewing Keith. So he's a founder of Gametize, and he's been running the company for 12 years. They basically provide gamification solutions. In this interview, I will be asking him on the differences of the Singapore's ecosystem 10 years before and how it has changed, and also on their unique service.
Can we just start with knowing about your background and how you ended up starting Gametize and what Gametize is?
That was more than 12 years back, and I started this fresh out of college with my best friend. So basically, the two of us got together for beer, right? On our final day of submission of our last homework, last project, and we just decided that let's start something together. We don't care what it is. I want to continue to work with you. So he's a very good friend of mine, and we have done so many projects together. And he's like, yeah, let's do this. So both of us are actually software engineers by training, and we could do our own development and our own prototype. And we decided that let's do something related to games, because we really like the idea of using games to motivate behaviors and solve business problems.
You did have some couple of investments from venture capitalists, so
Yeah.
but why did you end up not getting more venture investments after while doing this for 12 years?
So it's not so much a matter of decisions that we do not want to get venture money, but I think it's also a matter of focus, right? I think the best form of fundraising is from the customers. When you get money from customers, you understand their problems, and we are the problem first company. We focus on solving problems, and so I think every company, every startup needs to learn how to sell from day one. And I had a choice to focus on investors or customers, and we took the approach of being customer first because we were really trying to find use cases for our solutions. And another advantage of raising money from customers is they are recurring as well. But of course, your scaling is much slower. Your growth is limited by the amount of talents that you have based on what you are paying them from the revenues. So I'm still open to investors today. So I just want to put it out there, right? Nobody should ever say no to money. But in terms of focus, right, we do want to find customers and from day one. And even as of today, right, even though we are profitable.
So how did you feel when you became a founder?
Back then, it was really quiet in Singapore. The scene is so much more vibrant today. You just get that on Switch. We lost count of the number of people you have met. But 13 years ago, I can count I can remember everyone that I met in events, because there's not a lot of us. And some of the entrepreneurs have already gone on. They've become a unicorn. They're already sold off, and they've started new companies. And it's also very exciting back then, but it's also very scary because the risk is so high, right? If you don't succeed, right, you have to find a way to go back to the job market, and you'll be competing with more and more talents. It's something that me and my co-founder did fresh out of college. So we have no families to feed, and it also helps that we are so naive. We're so foolish, so naive, and we kept believing that this will work.
No one was against you from becoming a founder?
Oh yeah, there are family members that are not happy about the decision. Yeah. Well, this is a very heavy question, but there was also a lot of support. There was a lot of friends. There were a lot of friends that it's always encouraging. But yeah, it's a heavy question because the odds are really stacked against us, right? And it really wasn't like today where there's so much events, there's so much government, there was so much government campaigns. In fact, I lost count of the number of government bodies that helps startups in Singapore. there's also not a lot of talents that you can really find and say, let's join a startup and we will change the world. So with that said, that is also an advantage on its own, which it just means that your competition is also much lesser. If you want to do fundraising, it might not be, there's not a lot of companies that's also out there looking for investments. So I guess that's how we started off, getting our first investments as well. I'm not sure whether you're aware, we were in a TV show called IND Skate. So it's kind of like an Asian, Singapore version of Shark Tank. So we actually got some money from there as well.
Wow, that's that must have been pretty hard to win.
It wasn't the easiest. It was actually very stressful, and but we were actually on the brink of bankruptcy. Actually, we were actually going to fold the company because we were. So that might explain my phobia, my lack of focus in raising money and being focused on customers from day one. But we were on that show to raise like 100,000 USD, right? Not a huge amount today if you think about it. Back then, like 100,000 USD means the world to us because we had a lot of money that we need to pay off to the banks. That
I believe it wasn't like that. It's not easy like now, like where you can actually get the investment.
I don't think it's that easy right now because there's so much fantastic startups everywhere, right? Investors only have so much money and so much time. But that said, right, the ecosystem is definitely much more ideal right now for someone that just started out.
It would be also nice if I could know maybe more about Gametize and how you'd be able to actually collaborate with my Japanese network.
So Gametize is an enterprise-grade gamification platform, and that you can use to engage your target audience in just 5 minutes. You have a very simple-to-use dashboard that can help you set up challenges like quizzes, photo challenges, QR codes, as well as fill in the blank. There could be mini games out there, and with all these challenges, right, you can create wonderful content that's engaging. So let me just bring out a use case, right? We spoke about compliance just now, right? You mentioned that you don't remember any of the compliance things that you do, and that's actually one of the problem statements that we try to resolve. And imagine that you as a business owner one day, right, you are ISO 27001 compliant, right? You information security to worry about. You're able to create and use our platform to engage your teammates to complete compliance-related quizzes and challenges that are motivating and engaging because there's a storyboard and there's also badges and there's also leaderboard, and finally there are rewards that they can even claim, for example, Starbucks voucher with the points that they earn. And there's a community forum for people to discuss and actually network the application itself. So we are available on both web and application. Now anyone can actually create a possible application. So we are always looking for partners to create co-branded applications. And of course we're looking for customers, right, to fund our projects. And if anyone has content that they are looking to monetize, right, we're happy to talk. So we have a variety of price plans, right? Our standard plans can be signed up just off the shelf from Gametize.com. But our enterprise clients, we have a project team that still use our technology, and we'll support them with our talents in the company, such as a project manager or creative designer. Yeah. And of course a gamification consultant like myself.
Yes, perfect. I mean, so if you're any company, you'd be interested in any company that would be interested in gamifying?
Any companies that's looking to gamify, but I would say that if you have engagement challenge, Gametize would be a really ideal solution because we are not just a gamification platform, we are a community enabler. You cannot have a solution just focused on creating fun. You have to solve a problem statement, right? And to me, having a community that's gamified would be better to sustain the interest in whatever you're doing is much more important because you can't be managing a solution the entire time. You cannot be at the top of a game the community can be the ones that's helping you to create content and to be actually engaging the others as well.
I see. Very interesting. So, yeah, if you're interested in talking to Keith for gamifying your services, please feel free to contact him. Maybe would you mind if I put a
Sure.
link in the description below? So
And please do ping me if you come to Singapore. A lot of recommendations. I'm bringing Everett around.
thank you so much.
Around the HDBs. Thanks for having me. Right,
Thank
wish
you
you all
so
the
much.
best. Very talented young man.
Thank you so much. I'm so humbled to be able to meet you.
Yeah, I hope you come back to Singapore. There's a lot of things to do over here, even though we're a tiny island. And we actually have a day for that to learn about the island.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
I'll definitely check it out. Is it on the app? Or?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Amazing Food Race. So you get to find all the interesting food in Singapore. And we have a game just to look for all the mural arts, street arts in Singapore as well.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much,
Thank
Keith.
you.
Thank you.